Coach Prime Deion Sanders issues a stern warning to his players at Colorado University ahead of spring break, ladies and gentlemen. The players are getting ready to go on a break, and he has laid out various statements. And I'm telling you, this is the kind of, accountability at the helm that you want. Coach Prime Deion Sanders is really turning these young men, these young kids into men. And that is a delightful sight to see. We all know when Coach Prime gets players in, he sends them back as men. And this is another aspect of that. Coach Prime also urged the players that he does not want to go to a funeral. He's begging his players, do not allow him to have to go to a funeral during this break. I'm going to give you various things, that Coach Prime Deion Sanders said to his team. These are some quotes. This was a very passionate, advice that he gave to the Colorado players. Here are the statements from Coach Prime Deion Sanders. You have a meeting Monday morning. If you're late to the meeting, there's going to be consequences. Your locker will be cleaned. It will be cleaned, and I'm not threatening you. It's just reality. Sanders told his players, so it's clearly going to be some critical, things if these guys do not report to this meeting. If they come late, or you already know what's going to happen. Here's more. Fellas, be careful on your break. Be careful on your comings and goings. Everyone ain't for you. Everyone ain't with you. Everybody don't love you. Everybody don't appreciate you. Everybody don't want you to be that guy you plan on being. And your life is of value. Your life is of essence. You are somebody. You are important. So be careful, please. These are the statements that he is saying to his players. Very passionately, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, he said, you are important, so be careful, please. We don't want to put on all black and go to a funeral. We want to put on all black and go out there and whoop somebody. This is what Coach Prime Deion Sanders said, very passionate to the Colorado roster. Just like I said, that's just a hell of a job by Coach Prime Deion Sanders. You don't usually see coaches, express themselves like this so passionately at this level. A lot of guys are just coming in for the check. And Colorado knew what they was doing when they was bringing in Coach Prime Deion Sanders. He was going to bring a certain level of accountability, a certain level of intensity throughout the whole entire program, not just the football, just the entire program, ladies and gentlemen. So it's unbelievable. And the fact that we seeing all of it take hand right before our very eyes is even more magnificent. Coach Prime, all I know is these players better make sure they back in a timely manner. And this is nothing that we've never heard from Coach Prime. We all know he electrified at Jackson State, and we heard so many of his great legendary quotes. He echoed a lot of these statements, to his players at Jackson State. So obviously he was going to tell the players at Colorado. So I'm just, like I said, I'm excited at what I'm seeing from Coach Prime Deion Sanders and the whole entire roster. And we got to remember, they got a big-time game coming up, the spring game, April 22nd. So make sure you subscribe to Flight Sports TV as I bring more and more news updates involving that situation. That's going to be a huge day, so make sure y'all post it up here at Flight Sports. That spring game, he's getting them ready, and he's getting the line. All positions are just firing on all cylinders right now. So I pretty much understand where Coach Prime Deion Sanders is coming from with imploring his players not to go out here and make any foolish mistakes at this pivotal juncture. Like I said, the spring break is cool, but you got to be on point. Like I said, it's a serious task. Coach Prime want to be dominant. At this point, it's not about being good. It's not about being competent, at this level. It's really doing it. So it is what it is. It's so much going on out here. We've seen so many situations where college football players, not necessarily associated with Coach Prime Deion Sanders, But it's a lot of crazy things. What was it, the Darius Miles situation out there in Tuscaloosa? And Michael Lynn, they're all facing for the proof of this fact. This is crazy. Nick Saban all involved in the situation. I mean, there's a lot of craziness going on. So we can't act like this kind of crazy stuff don't take place. So I applaud Coach Prime for being, front and center. Almost like catching the problem before it even started, and almost intercepting any negativity. He's throwing it out there now, letting it be known. Hey, y'all better make sure y'all view all of this, because all of this is what you will be facing as you go home on your break and get ready to come back to play college football, because Colorado will have a bullseye on their back. Make no mistake about it. The whole world is talking Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. The whole world is talking Colorado. Everybody's going to want a piece of the Colorado Buffaloes. Even Shedeur Sanders included. Even though I know for a fact Shedeurs and the Travis Hunters of the world, they ain't gonna mess around. They're gonna be on point. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna stay as close to Coach Prime, Deion Sanders as possible. He ain't got nothing to worry about with them. But like I said, they all will have a bullseye on their target, on their backs, and they got to make sure that they're on point and ready to knock out all of the stuff that's coming their way, because there will be plenty. Everybody's going to have it out, and it's going to start off real soon. Just their first game is against TCU, so I mean that should tell you all in itself. And that game is going to be pretty crazy. If the ESPN picks up the spring game, what the hell you think they're gonna do against this game with TCU? This game is so anticipated. All eyes will be descended on that game, and it's gonna be crazy. I mean, I'm starting to think they should hold the game at AT&T Stadium. But we'll save that for another day. You gotta remember, Colorado only won one game a season ago. It's time to turn it up, man. That's all I can let you know right now. They can't fool around. They have no time for foolishness. So I'm with Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. Protect your players. And I'm pretty sure all the parents and everybody associated with the Colorado Buffaloes is ecstatic at what Coach Prime has done. So such a great, individual to look to for guidance. People may not always agree with his level of speaking, his level of preaching, his level of tutelage. But one person cannot say that it don't produce results. And I'm going to leave it at that. Listen, it's Flight Sports TV. Everybody hit the like button, and most definitely hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys consider being a member of the channel. We have a lot of great things here at Flight Sports coming up. We're going to have a lot of exclusivity. So make sure you become a member of Flight Sports TV. So that's where we at with it. Coach Prime, Deion Sanders implores his team, to have them on point during this break. It's Flight Sports.